Dear colleagues, dear pen friends, I speak to you today as a woman, as Ukrainian, as a member of Pan-Ukrainian Pen Advisory Board for Women Writers Committee, and a witness to the transformative power of words in times of war and occupation. I came from a land whose coasts are celebrated this week at the Port Festival in Odessa, focused on Uzberežje Svobody, means the shores of freedom. Yes, another literary festival in times of war. It became more challenging to write risk assessments and find venues with shelters, and as well as run face controls for security reasons. But here we are. Let me put it simply. For Ukrainians, our shores aren't just places on a map or symbols of our culture and how we start again and again. They are also places where outsiders have tried to take over, to silence us and to wipe out everything Ukrainian year after year and decades after decades. But there's something inside us that is always pull us back towards freedom and true sense of who we are. No matter how hard others have tried to pull out our light, the sparks of Ukrainian culture keep shining bright and unstoppable. This year, I will not show you any photographs. I will only say that Vika, our Victoria Melina, whom many of you may remember from Congress in India and later, was awarded the Oral Prize for her book, Looking at Woman, Looking at War. That's great documentary writing and documentation of the war, posthumously. The award was accepted by her husband, who is dedicating the prize funds to support the New York Literary Festival launched by Victoria herself. Her book collects witness accounts from Ukrainian women documenting Russian war crimes. It's not just a record of female voices. It's a deeply layered document of our ongoing reality, skillfully connecting today's genocide with the historical terrors of the past. And as her work evolved, it's word together diaries, interviews, field reports, excerpts from books and media. Each fragment is a testimony that makes us present for those who can no longer speak for themselves. The book was not finished by Victoria, it was finished by her friends and published this year by William Collins with a foreword written by Margaret Atwood. This is an unfinished collection of reports about Ukrainian women who document Russian war crimes. And this collection at the same time offers a convincing explanation of why Russia's war against Ukraine actually began long before 2014 and why it's so important for the world to remember the Russian terror in the 90s, 30s, and 1960s. This year at Oscar, we are represented by the new film of Mstislav Chernov, 2,000 meters from Avdiivka. In Avdiivka, most of the heroes in this film truly are heroes, posthumously as well. In the 11th year of the war, there are now so many of our dead. If not in every family, then just one handshake away. Marsfield in Lviv is filled with bodies and memories. They're my university friends, they're my colleagues from former work, close friends, guys I was in love once. And talking here to you, I'm censoring myself. We all censor our pain when we look at the person next to us, especially abroad. You've been without a home 3 years? Well, I sympathize with you. I know that eventually more time will pass and maybe then we'll truly understand each other. But you don't have a home, but someone else has family members living under occupation. And I work with those girls and women under occupation, and mostly I don't feel I have a moral right to share with them my daily worries. It feels so incomparable. Someone have loved ones under its occupation, but at least they are alive, while my friend's husband is in captivity. For another, captivity is a hope, as their son or daughter is missing without a trace. As my friend Olesya Khromenchuk said in her book, but we have a luxury of having a grave. Luxury of having a grave. Who would imagine? For every trauma, there's a greater trauma. For every ache, here is a deeper pain. And for every cry, here is a silence. We were forced for a long time to keep silent about our dad, as if they had never existed. Now we must learn to speak about our dad as if they are still alive. That's uncomfortable talk, isn't it? That's silence should be considered wrong now. Now it's our duty to speak and tell their story. And this is the reason why Pan-Ukraine is restless and relentless in this mission. 2 months ago, our Kyiv warehouse was damaged by a Russian missile. 11,000 books were stored there. Nevertheless, our Unbreakable Libraries program continues to distribute those thousands of English and bilingual books to frontline and affected libraries powered by cooperation, also, among others, with PEN International, English PEN, and our main partner, Book8 International, and plenty of British publishers. More than 45,000 of books have reached libraries in 17 regions since 2023. We honor artists lost to war through the People of Culture Claimed by War project, a growing digital archive that already names almost 200 talented creators lost since February 2022. We also mentor imprisoned journalists, helping Russian jails amplifying their stories and providing moral support and solidarity. Public attention and international advocacy are vital here. And it's just not symbolic acts, letters of solidarity, but a living bridge between freedom and isolation, between the prisoner and protector. And what is the special role of women in all of it? The war showed us that women are at the heart of everything I just described. Not only trust became the main currency of the wartime, but also this ability to witness with empathy. And women, they are everything. And women writers too. They are warriors. My friend Eva is a great poet, but also she's a soldier and she's on the front line now. They are documentarists, they are truth teller advocates, and their tireless voice behind so many effort. That's from frontline librarians who risking their safety to deliver books to the writers, which had to join the army forces or facing immense loss and recording testimonies, or volunteer, collecting supporting letters of prisoners. They are the ones listening to the pain of others, translating silence into words and shaping how the world will remember this word. In truth, the very act of documenting, advocating, and caring, the work of pen, the work of writers, it's powered by this empathy and determination. And Ukrainian women are keeping the current of our culture alive. I'm finishing my book on culture resistance and no violence resistance, and I can tell that their voices are irreplaceable. And in the spirit of this Congress and of our shared commitment to words of the free, let us listen to them. Let us not allow their work or their experience to slip into silence. And today I want to ask you one thing. I'll ask you to apply your writer's magic. Turn silence into words. Speak for us and about us. Translate the silence into words as only writers can. This is our fight against the syndrome of banality, against becoming indifferent to each other's suffering. So raise your voices for our imprisoned journalists and cultural figures. Your attention, your solidarity letters, your advocacy can save lives and preserve hope. Support our libraries and festivals. Nominate and amplify Ukrainian voices in every part of the world you are. Remember those lost and challenge the world to reckon with the crimes against Ukrainian culture. Don't allow the stories to be erased. Insist on precise, truthful fact-finding. Teach empathy. Reject cynism and let your words strike with the current of a strong story. This is what you all can. And the theme of Pan-Ukraine for this year is being in the world. To be in the world is to fight for our place, our voices, the right to be heard and to be told about. Thank you. Thank you for your attention, your solidarity, and for making words powerful enough to keep us present. As one of Ukrainian writers, Anton Sanchenko, said, culture is humanity backup, and literature is irreplaceable in this task now. Every act of speaking out, collecting stories, and refusing silence repairs the breach. I think that making words powerful enough to keep us present, both for ourselves and for those who can no longer speak. This is our act of solidarity today. Thank you.